What is up, Comicbook Streamland? Thank you for coming back and joining us after this long hiatus. We had a little bit of vacation time. We had a little bit of sicky time, but we're back to talk comic books with a bunch of creators who have experience. I'm not going to say they're experts, but they've been around the block a couple of times, and they want to share some of their knowledge with everybody else who's looking for a bit more information on how to get ahead and how to help out in their comic book journey. So let me start off with a very extremely talented, knowledgeable, and networkable individual. What up, brother? Yeah, thanks. Wait to jump right in. I love that. I love how you kept that energy going for me, Marvin. I love it. You know, I'm giving you this plug. I'm giving you this role.
I was responding to the question in the chat that you just said about people being experts. I was going to say I'm an expert at doing things wrong.
We're all experts at doing things wrong. I am the expertist at doing things wrong, right? But hopefully somebody who's not doing things wrong is the lady of the evening who's going to be joining our panel tonight. Let's bring her in.
Oh, hi. I thought you were going to bring in somebody else.
You're in the green room. You know, I don't want to knock them. They're good guys. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Supposed to be a joke. Hello, everybody. I am here.
What's up? Introduce yourself to everybody. Is this the first time you're hanging out with us?
I think this is the first time I've been on your show. I've been on JD's show where you were on. So we've interacted a lot, but I don't think I have been on this specific show before, which shame on me, right? I've been on so many shows.
What?
For anybody who's not aware,
nobody.
No, that's not true. I have one of your shirts and I don't have everybody's shirt. You know what I mean? I got like 3 indie shirts and you're one of them. So just saying. If you don't know me, I'm Lori Calcaterra. I'm the writer creator of Path of the Pale Rider. I do crazy amount of things. I don't sleep. All of that.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
What else should I say?
Hopefully we get somebody else who's No. Listen, that's great. I'm going to use that segue to bring on somebody that I think gets some sleep, right? Because if they own their own lake based on their comic book journey, they got to be well rested, you know, because that's not something that's very easy to maintain. So let me bring on this individual over here.
It's exhausting to live in paradise, Jay. It's exhausting.
You know, I don't like it that you shave for my show. Everybody else's show, you're nice, you're scruffed up, but here you're clean shaven. You got the face of a baby.
I bring you the baby face, Jay. I bring you the baby face, and I'll even turn the light on a little more so you can see what the hell is going on over here.
Because you only want me to be the only blurry one. I get it. And last but not least for the evening is the man cut from another cloth that I am cut from, a brother from another mother, Mr. Calderone. What up, kid?
What's up, son? You know what? I definitely, just to go back to the beginning of the show, have definitely made a number of mistakes. Like I showed up tonight.
Oh my gosh. Can I say something real quick? My brother and sister-in-law had a baby, and they have brought into the world another JD. But it's a JD. I was like, I know 2, and now I know 3 JDs. It's amazing. His name is Joseph David.
I love that.
JD,
I love that.
So.
Now, is it straight JD like me, JAYDEE?
She just
or
said
is it like Calderone?
He didn't hear.
Yeah, he doesn't listen.
I didn't hear.
Go ahead, Lord. Bring it to him.
His name is Joseph David.
I'm sorry.
But they call him JD.
Joseph David.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I like that. Joseph David.
But
welcome to the world, Joseph David.
It was
Joseph David Calcaterra or?
Oh no, it's my brother.
No,
Shafransky. He's the Shafransky.
Oh, Calcaterra's your married
name? Yeah. Oh yeah, Calcaterra is my married name. I know. I look Italian. I am not Italian.
Gotcha.
Don't hold it against me.
All right. No, listen. It's okay. You know, you can be whatever you want. Calderone's, half a. I'm not gonna say nothing bad.
We're gonna pull that back.
I'm gonna
pull that back because his imagery on the screen is so nice and so crisp, so much better than mine. I'm thinking that means he opened up his laptop.
No, I didn't get a laptop. I got an all-in-one, brand new. One.
And is it up and running?
No, it's still upstairs in the box. It's still upstairs in the box. I'm sorry. I'll try to get to it tomorrow. I've been busy, man. I've been lettering books. I've been transcribing stuff. I just opened up my Substack today.
You spent the last 2 days on the phone with me.
I'm
at least 3 hours.
face. I'm looking at your face. That's enough of an ass to look at. I don't need to see anything more.
Damn.
What?
Look at these cheeks.
Sorry,
baby.
we're from New York. This is how we communicate.
Express love.
Reaction.
What is it like going on right now? That tortilla challenge, right? Where you smack somebody in the face with a tortilla. I'd smack Calderon in the face with a slice right now. You know what I mean? Just like leave pepperoni stains all over his cheeks. Just whack. You know, that's love. Yeah. That's love.
Yes, it's pizza. At least it doesn't have pineapple on it.
That's true. That's true.
Trying to turn it.
Because he'd use a pizza. I'd use. Well, all right. I'm not going to say that.
Hey, suave with that. Who's sorry with that? Come on, bro. I know how close you stand to the urinal, so you can't even use that as a weapon. All right.
What?
It takes a minute to sink it. Takes a minute to sink it, right?
Yeah.
Gonna need a bigger urinal.
Tom's like, I got out of bed for this.
Oh,
So he walked away from his.
I turned the movie off for this. That's for sure. That did happen. Yeah.
I thought you would sleep until at least 7:30 p.m.
What movie? As long as it's not Laser Blast, all right? Because I owe you for that one, buddy.
No, I'm watching a classic, man. I watch it probably at least 2 or 3 times a year. It's Moneyball.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Okay. Good movie. I can't make fun of you. I can't.
I like that movie.
I can't bust it.
Now, here's the question. Besides Lori, who's clearly the cream of the crop here, who else has seen Moneyball?
I've seen Moneyball.
Yeah, okay, so you've seen it. Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Good.
What? Marvin, serious?
Marvin. Do you like baseball? Okay. I'm the same way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's irrelevant.
Me too.
It's irrelevant that you like baseball or not, because the movie itself, while about baseball, has an undercurrent to it that is business, creative. It translates to what we do in this world of things. So it's one of those movies that's sort of outside the box, but that I recommend it to comic book people and creative people all the time. And it's like, you got to watch it one time to get the baseball part out of the way, right? Like you'll catch the messages, but it's like, okay, it's a baseball movie. Yes. Watch it again. And you start to see the layers of the things. You peel the onion back and you start to see more of it when you see it the second time, third time. It starts to make more sense. So anybody who's...
No, you messed up, Tom. You messed up.
Why?
Because if you to capture Jay, you had to say layers is in cake, and then he would have...
Wow.
No, because that was a shitty movie, The Layer Cake. I wasn't a fan of the Layer Cake.
So you peel back the fondant.
There you go.
Peel back
I hate fondant even more.
This is just like Clarissa's show, man. We talk about nothing. It's great.
No, we're
like shiny things.
No, Jay has something to talk about. Right? We don't know what it is, but he has something to talk about.
I got something to talk about, right? But here's the thing. I feel that same way that you do about Moneyball, about the Welcome to Wrexham. I don't know if anybody's seen it on Hulu. The team that Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds bought in Wrexham in Wales, the soccer team, the football team. But the layers of sports and business, right, that are involved in it, and how they improve in standing, stature, and league. They need to improve in their players. And that's something I think that we need to focus on as well. Some other creators need to focus on as they level up in their creative journey. They need to level up with the freelancers that they're working with and the products.
So creating. What you're saying is that on Sunday nights I should trade out and get a new co-host.
You should have traded out months ago.
Is that what we're doing tomorrow?
That's pretty much it, Lori. That's
Moneyball tradition. You get rid of the high-priced guy and you bring in two lower-priced guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The fact that you are bringing this up months later shows me you suck. You know what I mean, bro? It shows me your assessment skills are like ungats. You know what I mean? Like I got a problem. I got a big problem, and I shouldn't trust my wife because she married me. That shows me right off the bat that she has
poor judgment. That's poor judgment.
You know what I'm saying, bro? 100%. 100%.
I don't think that's true.
When she married me.
Think that's true. I think she saw a cash cow that's about to go out. She knows. She knows.
She's like, have you seen?
This is horrible.
Have you
seen? Horrible.
Have you seen the? Have you seen the pig racing? Have you seen pig racing where they come out of the doors and they've got their little whips and they're whipping the pig down the aisle? Like that's Jay's life, right?
What's wrong with what you just said?
So it just goes back to he makes poor judgment calls. Started with marrying me.
Granda Comics, welcome to the show, man.
Granda,
I don't know
up?
what's going on here, but welcome.
Moneyball and pig racing so far on the docket.
Moneyball, pig racing, Wrexham. They all have something in common. They all have something in common, right? And that's the audience, right? They've got people watching their stuff.
Yeah.
Who's reading your stuff, right? Who are you making your books for? And have you developed an audience? And if you haven't developed an audience, are you going to pivot and try to find a new group of people to reach out to? You like that segue? I know you like that segue. It was smooth, baby. You know what I'm saying? That was Dean Martin smooth. You know what I mean?
Say it again because I didn't hear you.
Tom
we practiced that for a couple of days.
Where's your martini, Dean?
Thank you. Well, thank you. I'll repeat the question for Tom. But I was
listening to the thunder because we're about to have a huge storm. I just heard.
Oh yeah, that's all over, baby. That's all over. Yeah. But who are you making your books for? And if you haven't found your audience yet, how are you pivoting to find an audience?
Who wants to go first? Me?
Yeah, you go first.
You're the host.
Oh yeah.
Wow, is that how you're gonna do it? Jeez. Okay.
Well, he was the first one I brought on screen. We're going that way first, bro.
That's fine. So do it that way. All right. But I'm just saying you should at least let him know.
Marvin, I did. I said I'm going to start with Marvin after I repeat the question for Tom.
Yeah, but you took so long. You were like,
No, I didn't.
Like a bocachon. You got to stop drinking. You got to pay attention to what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm going to take a sip of water while you guys are talking.
Marvin, I am so sorry that
Marvin's like, you think about what you did. I'll be back.
Okay.
But how are you finding your audience, bro? And if you haven't found them, what are you going to do to pivot to find them?
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like it was difficult at the beginning to find an audience, but I mean, it seems like people come along for the ride after a while. Like I post so much stuff that I think people are like, man, we should just listen to this guy. Maybe he'll shut up and quit posting stuff. Or if we'll buy his book, maybe he'll shut up and quit asking us to do it. But no, I think that the finding the audience is the most difficult part, again, because you're in a sea of everything. So, I mean, you're not just competing with other books. You're competing with phones and video games and books and cooking shows and all kind of stuff. So how do you get that person to put down not only what they have in their hand already, but not to look at that other book and get your book? So I have an audience. I like to have a larger audience, but I mean, it's there. It exists.
Okay.
But as for who you're making a book for, I think we talked about this before. Like, unless you're a corporation, you have to be making something for yourself. You can't be trying to capture something you don't know exists because you don't have the marketing power to throw something in front of someone more than once a day.
Okay. Lori, what do you think about this?
Well, I agree with Marvin. I think that I make my comics for people like myself. And I feel like I diversify my products. So when I was like cooking shows and magic shows and comic books and video games, and I do all that stuff. Why not? So we have comics, and I do hot sauce, and I do crazy out of the box things to try and grab attention, and then they get comics, and then they're also entertained with other miscellaneous things. So that's kind of how I tap into a different audience, is to think outside the box and put in other things besides comics, the riddles, the short films. Like we got a lot of different moving parts with Path of the Pale Rider.
So you got people following you column A, column B, column C, column D.
Yeah.
Do you see crossover between the different areas that you are working?
I do. You know, and I do Comic-Cons, and I do like table signings at comic book stores, and I bring the hot sauce with me wherever I go. And a lot of times I'll do like a marketplace. So I'll sell baked goods and hot sauce, but I always bring the comic. So it just depends how I set up my table, the market that's going to be there. So if it's like a food related one, 90% of the table is food items, but 10% is comics. See what I mean? So I adjust for who I'm going to be in front of. But I've done a marketplace where I'm selling baked goods, and I've also sold comics. And now I have people that are part of the fandom because I sold them a loaf of bread. It's bizarre. So
it's not bizarre, because I mean, you even had Wonder Bread having with He-Man tie-ins way back in the 1980s. So it's not something that's bizarre. It's not something that hasn't been done before, right?
I didn't know Wonder Bread did that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Probably too young to remember.
With Star Wars, remember you used to get the trading cards out of the loaves. Remember that?
Oh,
no,
really? I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the cereals you had mail-aways for some of the figures.
No,
but you used to get trading cards. Yeah, you used to get Weber. It was Weber, I think. Weber trading cards, and then it was in the cereal boxes. You'd get trading or stickers.
Cereal boxes, yeah. I remember that.
No, but they used to do it in the Wonder Bread.
But not in bread.
Do it in the Wonder Bread, yeah.
Yeah, but there were bread things. Yeah,
it sounds like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory kind of thing. I bet that golden ticket makes the chocolate taste awful.
that is the scariest movie of all time.
I don't put the comics in the bread. That would be weird.
It's like you sell the bread and you just shove the comic in there. Now I have a comic.
You're getting this whether you want it or not.
That's bread.
Wait,
so so I have a weird market that I tap into. Huh?
You bake your own bread?
Do I bake my own bread? Yes. Yeah, I know how to bake.
And you sell them like in the artisanal.
Yeah. So I make sourdough. I make just regular yeasted bread. I make braided bread, seeded bread, jalapeno cheese bread, like you name it. I make it. I also make cookies. So like macaroons. I love making macaroons. Those are hard to make. So I went down that rabbit hole, and I just made like 8 dozen macaroons, and now I'm good at it. You know what I mean? So I do stuff like that. Last show I went to, I made peanut butter and chocolate pretzel bars. I made gourmet Rice Krispie treats. I had macaroons of 3 different flavors. I had 3 different kinds of bread. And I had, what else I had? I had like brown sugar pretzels. I
need the table next to you at the next.
No, bro. Like no. I would no.
What?
Why no?
Because I've lost 40 pounds in the last 2 years. I wouldn't want to put them on in like 2 days.
What's interesting is when I go to like Comic-Cons, my table is 90% comics, but I bring some cookies, and I always bring hot sauce. And sometimes I will get people to the table like, hey, do you want to sample some hot sauce? So I'll have the display, and I'll have the Pringle chips with me, and they'll try the hot sauce, and my hot sauce labels all have stuff from the comic. And so we start a conversation about the hot sauce, which leads to the comic. So they go together. You know what I mean?
See, now you have to learn how to incorporate the cookies.
I put the hot sauce on the cookie, not on a Pringles chip.
That's a weird combination.
You get that sweet and spicy.
Yeah. Someone had said that they wanted to try hot sauce flavored macaroons once, and I was like, that's weird. But they make Cheetos flavored macaroons. I don't know. I haven't tried those yet.
I can't do the Cheetos on everything. I can't. I'm done with the Cheetos and everything.
I love the Cheetos. Anyway, so it's just it's a weird niche that I feel that I think I can tap into different audiences and get them to come see the comic, because I do random other things like hot sauce and baked goods.
Okay. All right. I like it. Tom, how are you going about this?
So I've always made my comics for me, always, with the idea that there are other people that would want what it is that I'm making. That's sort of the whole point, I think, of making something, is there's got to be an audience for this somewhere. If I like it, there's other people that are going to like it. Right. So from when I started, it was always just whatever I felt like doing, that's what I'm going to do. As for finding an audience, finding an audience is easy. That's the easy part. It's convincing an audience that's the hard part. It's convincing the people that are seeing what you're showing them, either at a con or online or whatever. It's convincing them to say, yes, I want that thing, whatever it happens to be. The awareness funnel that we've talked about on the show many times is one of the easiest things to get nowadays, with all of social media and the ability to go on these shows and, show people what you do. But it's the convincing to make somebody pick up something that they've never seen before, that no one's ever told them about before. And so I think one of the keys to the convincing part isn't even really in our hands to do it. It's so, like, for example, for me, it's in Lori's hands, right? Because if Lori likes what I do and Lori talks about what I do on her show, whether I'm on it or not, if I just come up in conversation like, oh yeah, Tom did a thing that's related to whatever show that we're talking about, that suddenly is like a trigger effect for the people that are watching. Are like, oh, Lori just talked about Big Dog Inc. JD just talked about Big Dog Inc. Whatever. That helps the convincing part, so that the next time those folks come around, or if they've never heard of me before, they can start the rabbit hole of like, what is Big Dog Inc? What is Lori talking about? What are these people talking about? And that's the awareness funnel. So I may need to be there to make that final sale, like to finish. But I think the convincing kind of has to come. And this is one of the things that we sort of have, but it's really just sort of loosey-goosey. It's just people with shows kind of all over the place. Whereas, back in the 90s, we used to have magazines that talked about indie comics like all the time. We don't really have a focused section for any of this stuff anymore. So it's always just everybody talking about whatever. So it's always grassroots, and it always grows very slowly. But if it's happening right and it's consistent, that's another part of the convincing part of it. It's a consistent reminder of, this exists, and more than just me is talking about it, then that's where the awareness level will go up, and you can build on your convincing an audience to take a shot at something.
Okay. Calderon.
We've discussed this before. I know I have. It's one of those situations where, I create whatever I create for myself, first and foremost, unless it's a pro job. But that's different. But if I'm doing my own stuff, when it comes down to the Oswald Chronicles, Tall Tales, Dreamweavers, all that stuff, Magi's Grace, that's all stuff I've done for myself. So that's how I look at it. As far as one of the things that's kind of interested me as of late is we always hear about creating the perfect customer, right? Jay, you would talk about it all the time. It says, who's the customer that you want to sell to? Who, what's this what's the makeup of this person? What's their age group? What's their demographic? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? You understand? And then how do I fit that into what I'm selling, right? And it's funny because it's something I never think about, because I'm like, well, I created this character, I made this book, and I made it for myself, right? But it's like, I never took the time to break down, who is my core customer, right? Like, who are the customers that I think would be interested in this, right? And last night I was on Timothy's show, right, with Lori, and he had pointed out, he said, well, it's a lot like Watership Down, right? He says the Oswald Chronicles is like Watership Down. He's it's like Secret of Nim. One of the things that I always look at is like it's like Vertigo comics from the 90s. And it's that type of story where it's a fantasy, but it's a little bit more than just that.
Traumatizing.
Yes. Well, that's fun stuff. That's
like
what we
Watership Down level trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
like
yes, like that. Yeah. It's fun for everybody. That's how I look at it.
Okay, good. Okay, and hopefully they jump aboard, right? So it's like something I want to agree with Marvin, and a little bit with Tom. I'm putting it out there.
What do you mean a little bit?
Well, because I like more what Tom, what Marvin had said, where he's like, I'm putting it out there for anybody who wants to come along for the ride.
Yeah, Tom, you're no longer the favorite child.
This is BS. This is some BS.
It's
bottom right corner is some BS.
I'm working on coming up with hard questions for Tom, and it's automatically making him an antagonist in my mind, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But yeah, so I am making it for myself, but for also anybody else that wants to come on the ride. So I love the way Marvin put that together. But you guys, Tom and Calderon, you brought up something that's very interesting, and in doing it for ourselves, how much of it is ego and how much is it, this is a story I've always wanted to tell, and I could tell it without anybody influencing me on how to tell it. Right? I want to start with Lori. Right? Is there ego, or is there I want to tell it without anybody else telling me yes, no, maybe so?
The second.
Okay.
When I first wrote Path of the Pale Rider, I wrote it as a movie script. I was in production. I was choreographing fight scenes for a production company, right? And they asked me to start writing. I got bit with that bug. Path of the Pale Rider is a 2-hour full-length movie. And excuse me, people were telling me to pitch it to Netflix. And if you want to see your idea get crapped on, you sell it to Netflix.
Really?
Well, because they buy the rights and you can't do anything about it. They can rewrite it. They can change the story. They can cast whomever they want. It could look like nothing that you created. And so I was like, I'm not ready to let go of creative rights. I want people to know what I have intended. I want them to go down that rabbit hole. I want them to, guess where the story's going, see the characters for who they are before, anybody gets in there and it's like, really, do you want to talk about, zombie ethics? Like, yes, we do. We want to go down that rabbit hole. And so I think it's more of the second. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted people to get attached, just read the story before anything else happened. So, and it's also like a little bit of immortality. Like if I write this and people read it and it's always around, then maybe I can live forever.
I love that. I've said that before. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah. We're gonna go the other way around. Marvin, what's up, brother? Is it ego? Is it I'm doing it my way and nobody's gonna stop me?
I mean, why would you want someone to stop you from what you're trying to create if you're doing it on your own? Like I said again, as long as you don't have somebody, a boss over you that's telling you how to do something, then like sky's the limit. You do what you want. Like I don't want to ever feel like I've been handcuffed ever again on the story and being told that you can't tell that story. I'm like, yes, I can. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. Okay.
Calderon.
I'm trouble, but
Oh, yeah, no, but I agree with you. There's a huge amount of freedom with independent comics, right? Some people need to be reined in. Just to give a little bit of direction. Some people are just like all over the place. Some people just throw spaghetti on the wall, but that's also the beauty of what we're doing, right? We get to, if we're putting the money behind it, we get to throw as much spaghetti against the walls as we want.
I get to make a mess if I feel like it.
There you go. Calderon, what's up on this?
Just to touch on what Lori said about Netflix real quick, though. Just watch Usagi Yojimbo on Netflix, just to give an example as to what they can do to your
yeah.
I mean, another prime example of them messing things up is World War Z. Like, that is not the book. they just did whatever the heck they wanted and slapped the name on there. You know what I mean?
Well, it's in some cases it feels like they had a script for something else, and then they got the rights to the name, or like just slap the name on it, and no one will care.
Throw Brad Pitt in there.
Yeah.
Sold.
I want to play devil's advocate for a second, because while I do agree with that, I also feel that there's so many levels to production. It could be something as simple as we can't shoot in this location, so that changes the script because the events that were supposed to happen there, and now anything that coincides with that needs to be adjusted, and then anything that coincides with that needs to be adjusted, right? And you keep running on that wheel until maybe you do have that Yojimbo.
Well, I mean, to play devil's advocate to your devil's advocate, though, is like according.
There's only two sides to devil's advocate.
Well, there's multiple sides. There's a bunch of sides. Now the thing is, though, is you just said that if they can't shoot on a certain site, there are things that can be done in computers today. You can shoot something anywhere. You can shoot on another planet, right? You don't need a specific site. You can just shoot a green screen and then place it wherever you want to place it.
Yeah.
See?
But is it ego, or is it I get to tell the story that I want to tell?
It's always ego. I mean, it's always been ego with me. I mean, I started off, like I said, I was a kid, 13, 14 years old, getting the Comic Buyer's Guide, getting it, seeing issue 2 of Teenage Ninja Turtles with an article in there, looking at the artwork and saying, yeah, man, I can do better than that. And I've been chasing that shit ever since, so it's all ego. Okay, it's all ego. So I mean, but the thing is, though, is that I love it. I enjoy doing it. It's what I enjoy. If you tell me, hey, you got to sit down in that chair, and for the next 7 days, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, you're gonna be locked in that chair just doing that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a huge smile on my face doing it. Because it's what I enjoy. And it doesn't matter what part of it. If I'm lettering, I'm enjoying it. If I'm editing, I'm enjoying it. If I'm whatever part, dealing with the artists, everything, the entire process I enjoy. So I mean, the only part that I probably don't enjoy is marketing. But that's probably that's the only bit of it. But even then, I mean, I'm trying to make adjustments. Like I said, I just started my Substack today. So we'll see if that works out. But again, you got to try to start doing things differently because we are already insane. So we've already done the same things over and over again.
And we know spring chickens. Now to get somebody Laura, I don't see one streak of gray in that mane, darling. Okay.
Like, be nice. Some of us are not old chickens here.
I apologize.
She's gonna send you some spiked cookies, buddy.
Listen,
you're gonna get something. It won't be pleasant.
That I don't want to bust chops on is Lori, because what are you're third degree?
She'll bust back. Belt? She'll bust back. Don't have any fear. She will bust back.
This is true. And I've been training martial arts since 1997.
There you go.
Quite proficient.
Fuck me up, son. I gotta mess with her.
I got a few knives right here. Look. It's like within reach. I got this one. I got another one.
Listen,
I like to just hide my weapons all over the house.
You don't even have to get to the knives part. You know what I mean? Just straight kicking my ass. I get it. I'm not. There's no contest here, kid. I concede. Hakuna Matata. Now to get a well-informed response on my question, let me go to Tom.
So it's interesting that JD started with ego and then learned that he liked it along the way. I was the opposite way. I came in sort of the moron, naive. I love this. Let's make comics, only to have the industry force ego out of me. Because when I first pitched all my stuff to all these publishers at the beginning, not only did I not get even a no from them, I got nothing. I was ignored by all these publishers except for one. And that put a chip squarely on my shoulder, like squarely on my shoulder. Here's the ironic part. If I had gotten back no's from people, I might not be here. I might have actually taken that and been like, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe it would have pushed the journey back a little bit, right? But because they were all like, fuck this guy, I squarely took that chip, put it on my shoulder, and most of it is still here, if not, at least half of it at this point. And so for me, I was forced to start with ego. And I ran with it, and it fueled me, and it did me well. But I kind of feel like once I got in it, and I was like, it's working. I can see that it's working. I can show people that it's working. And this is prior to moving over to Aspen. I kind of felt like I made my point. Like, look, I'm working with these people, J. Scott Campbell, Nia Rufino, Joe Jusko, Ryan Otley. I've done what you've told me I can't do. And so that kind of settled down a little bit. But there is still definitely, it still pops out every now and then, when I hear people sort of tell me things or challenge me on things that I know are completely false. It'll pop. And it's not intended to tear anybody down ever. But when somebody comes in sort of on their end full of themselves, and I know what they're telling me is not right, I'll challenge them. And that to me is two things. One, it's me trying to sort of slow down somebody who might be going down the wrong road, just to give them information like, wait a minute, let me tell you why I think you're wrong. The second thing is if I challenge you, I want you to come back, because that's what happened to me, right? I want to see if you believe what you're telling me. Even if I still don't believe you, I want to see if you believe what you're telling me. I want to see if you are standing up for what you are saying in whatever context it is. Because if you do, and you have those balls, that's what you need to stand up and be somebody in the industry for long term, because you have a conviction for what you're talking about. Again, in whatever context. And that is a must have in the creative realm, particularly in something as semi-competitive as, making comics.
You need a thick skin.
Yeah.
Because,
but not just a thick skin. Like, it's fine to take the critique and be like, all right, that's fine. But if you actually have a point of view that you think is right, and you have other people telling you that you're wrong, right? You have two choices. You can either agree with them and sort of fall in line, or you can say, I'm putting the chip on my shoulder. I'm going to prove you guys wrong. And if someone can do that, prove me wrong. I always tell them, prove me wrong. Like, show me that you can do it. If you have this idea, this thought process, this concept, if you think this is going to work, I want you to prove me wrong. I'm just telling you X, Y, and Z is my experience of 14 years. And you might want to PDYQ, whatever, before you do that. PDYQ, Jay, write that down.
Yeah. What's it stand for?
If you don't know, I can't help you.
PDYQ.
I just send people to Tom when they argue with me. Also, I came up with a great logo or saying for my business. No balls, just knives. I ain't got no balls, just knives.
Okay.
It works.
Sorry.
It works. It's harsh.
I was
it's harsh
if
you really want to.
Like,
if you
show
really
me
want
your
to think
balls,
about it.
and I'm like, no,
it's harsh. But
with 14 days left, do you think it's something you can incorporate into the
no balls? She ain't got no balls. She ain't got no spleen, liver, pancreas. She ain't got nothing there. Just the spine. Yeah, we're in that middle plateau part because this is a 3-week campaign, and so everybody showed up in the first 3 days, and we were funded, which is great. And now we're begging, pleading, and borrowing for new backers.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, and they'll come. There's still 2 weeks left, so we're just
this is for issues number 1 through 5.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and we did a trade paperback in between, so we did 1 through 4. We did a trade paperback, and now we're picking up the story with issue number 5.
And this is the cover to issue number 5?
This is the main cover to issue number 5. This is Gilbert Perez. This is his first cover. So we switched artists as well, which is super scary to do.
Yeah.
But we needed to because Marco DeFeo is such an amazing artist, and he's a working artist. He doesn't have a part-time job, so he's working multiple projects, and he had a project fall in his lap that has a lot of potential. And I was like, you have to, you know what I mean? Right. When stuff like that knocks on your door, you don't say no, you take your chances. So the problem is that Path is now trying to speed up. And so he just didn't have the time to commit. So he and I talked about it. We're still friends. No big deal. Like we don't hate each other. And we, split up the book because we didn't get along. No, he's so busy and we're so busy that Gilbert is now the main artist. So Path of the Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse series where death has been broken. Your body can die, but your soul doesn't leave your body. So your soul or your energy, and that's for people, animals, insects, and fish. So we start issue 1, 10 years into that apocalypse. Things have devolved back to the Wild West. And you're going to see our cowboy Jude St. Clair kind of wander the wasteland looking for something or someone, trying to figure out what broke death and how he can put it back to the way things were. So yep, this is issue 2. Jude is in the town of Santa Claus. He finds who he's looking for. You don't get any answers. Sorry, I don't.
I love when people use GIFs.
Yeah.
Rotate the image. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to consolidate because, we're going to go further into the series. I'm trying not to make the campaign page 17 miles long, right? And you don't have to push play. You don't have to think about anything. You just scroll and it plays it for you. So it makes life easy. Yeah. Issues 3 and 4 in the story, it just shows you the beginning. We jump back in time, so you get to see Jude St. Clair and his family and like what pushes him out the door from the frying pan into the fire. So here you can see those 4 were Marco DeFeo. This one is where Gilbert picks up. So Gilbert Perez.
Okay.
So this is our new look. This is issue 5. It's not that different. Everybody else on the team is the same. So the inks change, but everything else is the same.
And you're sticking with one cover for 5?
No. If you keep scrolling, you'll see the variants.
Yes.
We got quite a few variants. William Russell, Pale Moon, Reaper comes to Santa Claus. We're telling you something. I mean, I've been telling people for a while, like, we're going to burn everything to the ground. It's, the middle part of the movie, the protagonist finds their new path, and then everything goes wrong, right? So this is Victor Medina. He did a Big James. This reminds me a lot of Indiana Jones, kind of just the pose of the horse and Jude St. Clair with his hat against the sunset. I thought was really nice.
I like it.
So, La 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 lo.
Would that be you in makeup?
No. That would be really cool if I could pull that off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try it. That'd be a great Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I got the hat already. It's not purple, it's black, but yeah. So this was a character we met in issue number 4. So she's back and she's bad news. So fun times. Jude St. Clair will be he's gonna have a bad day. He's gonna have a few bad days. Because we're gonna burn it all down.
I see.
And this is Marco DeFeo's cover. So like I said, he's still gonna be around. He'll be involved. He loves Path of the Pale Rider, so he'll probably just be doing covers for us. So, yeah.
Okay. Then you got your shirts.
Oh, yeah. This is the new shirt. You have died of dysentery and Big James.
What?
Because it's funny.
Okay. This is
a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay.
It's 120 pieces. And I always incorporate like Easter eggs and riddles and stuff. So if you get the jigsaw puzzle, once you do the puzzle, flip it over. There might be something on the back.
Very nice.
Here's the hot sauce.
Okay.
I have these 3 that you can choose from, or you can get a sampler pack. So we have barbecue ghost pepper, mango habanero, jalapeno serrano. If you're interested in the heat index on those, just let me know. I'll give you the deets. Funko Pops, I only have one spot left. We usually have 6 spots for Funko Pops on each campaign. We have a new design that we premiere, which there's only one of those called the Singularity. People fight over that one. It's already gone. And then there's usually 5 spots for the previously released Funko Pop, which is the Callie St. Clair, the green lady. Mm-hmm. So I think there's 1 spot left for that one, but that's it. So secret rewards. I do secret rewards every campaign. This one's pretty cool, but I say that every time. But I've done bottles of bones and ashes. I've done 3D printed working technology from our world, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
No, they're not real Funko Niobe comics. They're an off studio. They're called Custom Pop. If you look at the logo, it's different.
Gotcha.
This is original art that's available on the campaign as an add-on.
You're gonna let it go, huh?
We're gonna put it out there, but if nobody gets it, it's mine. Okay. There's Gilbert holding it. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, we'll see.
Here we go. More shirts.
Yeah. So the t-shirt, we usually have 2 different designs, but this time I just made it simple. Like, when you back the t-shirt tier, you tell me which t-shirt and what size. You can get the new one, but you can also get any of the previous t-shirts. Like if you want a Big James t-shirt and you missed out that rockin' yellow one, you can get it. There's also a hoodie with that same design, the yellow one, and that's also available as an add-on. So
okay. Then we got some more.
We got a choose your own adventure book. It's a 60-page, manga-sized, partially illustrated. You get to put on the hat and boots, walk around the apocalyptic West and run bounties, see how long you can survive. JD, you can die about, I think, page 4 is the first time you can die. So
yeah.
You can die a lot.
All right.
Of course, all the previous issues are in stock. Our issue 1 used to be in black and white. It is now in color because we remastered it for the trade paperback. Nice. So if you add on an issue 1, it is the color version of Path of the Pill Rider 1. So there you go. Bunch of miscellaneous merch, buttons, stickers, temporary tattoos, poker cards, button packs. Go poke around. There's lots of good stuff. So. And gosh, we are so close. Just a few more backers will get us over the 100 mark to unlock another poker card. And 5,000 unlocks the first dollar stretch goal. But every 50 backers, we unlock poker cards throughout my campaigns. So we've unlocked 5 in the previous, since I came up with the idea. So we unlocked Big James, King of Spades. We jumped suits this time. We were doing hearts, and now we're on spades. So hopefully we can unlock. Well, we'll unlock at least 1 more, but I was hoping for 3, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And that's the back of the card. I'll flip it over, when we break the backer pledge. You know what I mean?
You got your horror bundle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The humble horror bundle?
Horror bundle, yes. And that's at 5,000. As we break more of the stretch goals, I have more PDF bundles to unleash upon the world as well. Nice. So 5,500, we have the 4x6 print of the POTPR Octopus by Matt Chambers. It's a print, 4x6 print. I'm going to switch these. I messed this up. I usually do the slice and dice at 6,000. So I'm going to switch those 2 around. So 6,000 will be the slice and dice, which is you get to vote on a name for a pumpkin, pineapple, watermelon, something. And then you vote on a weapon. And then I take your suggestions and I destroy a fruit or vegetable on a live stream because it's funny.
Okay.
Well, then at 65 will be the keychains. 7,000. I have a sticker pack. I have that's just a placeholder examples. I have die cut stickers planned. And if we break 8,000, which I don't think we're gonna do, I'm gonna go get that lovely tattoo on my body somewhere.
Wow.
You don't get to vote on it though. You don't get where I get it or something like that. Sorry.
Yeah. You'll have somebody say, put it on your forehead.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. These are just examples of the back covers of our comics. We do riddles. So you can actually interact with Path of the Pale Rider like it's real. So if you solve this, first you have to decipher what it says. And then you email your answer to that email. And if you do it correctly, it triggers something to get sent to your mailbox from a character.
Very cool. I like it.
Yeah. So we have all this like extra stuff that if you choose to participate, you can. Okay. If you read the story, it's the meat and potatoes. You're not going to miss anything. But these kind of riddles and scavenger hunts and extra things, just they enrich the story. Okay. This is just a QR code scavenger hunt. It's a lot of fun stuff that's influenced Path of the Pale Rider, but one of these is a hidden video that you can only see if you scan the right one. And it's like you stumble across a video from, what's that group? Anonymous? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You don't know who Anonymous is? They wear the masks. They hack things.
No.
No, you got to find out who Anonymous is. This one's a phone number. If you decipher this, it's a working phone number. Go for it. Call it. See what happens.
Okay.
It's not me that answers it. I'll just say that much. I don't sit by the phone and answer all the riddle people. And if you care to go further down the rabbit hole, my gosh, I have all these short films that we do that are fan interactive. So the fans are in these.
Very cool.
Yeah. There's a slice and dice example. There's a blooper reel from my welcome video with chicken nugget related humor. It's, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's us. Feel free to read at your leisure. There's Gilbert.
There you go.
This is Matt Chambers, our colorist. And then Rachel Bullock, who's our editor. If you care to read more, there's that. Right. Oh, and note to Canadian international backers, I typically don't ship international for the floppies. You can order a trade paperback directly from ASAP Imagination. That hyperlink takes you to their website, and they ship internationally. If you are in Canada, I will ship stuff to Canada. You just have to tell me what you want so I can weigh it.
Yeah, there's a picture of me coming out the shower.
Oh, is that it? Like no fat bear AI. And then I have friends with campaigns. So if you are looking for other things, my suggestions of campaigns to visit. And I need to add more. I need to add more to this. So I'm always looking for more.
I'm loving it.
Hey, Oswald's supposed to be there. Did the picture not go? We scroll up just a second. Yeah, I added Oswald. Apparently the picture didn't take, so I'll go back, put it in.
All right, so Path of the Pale Rider, folks. All right, 14 days left. Funded, but that does not mean that you can't help out and boost it a little bit.
We got lots of real cool stuff to unlock in the stretch goals.
Okay.
And we usually are around 6,500 when we end.
Now,
so.
I got a question. Who's the one influencing who? Are you the one that's influencing Carissa with all the extra add-ons, or is she influencing you?
Her and I are that influence to each other. I'm like, look what I did. And she's like, that's super cool. And then she does something and she's like, look what I did with that. And I'm like, oh, I'm stealing that. And it's totally cool. Her and I share ideas like it's water. So
okay.
Yeah.
Tom, you can't.
I wasn't gonna do the plushies. I wasn't gonna do the plushies. She just she forced me to do the plushie on the trade paperback because plushies are her thing. But she told me if I didn't do a Big James plushie that she would just do it her damn self. So I was like, I kind of have to now.
Okay.
Yeah, so. I have no time for anything that either of them do. I had this discussion
because you get to watch movies and I don't.
Well, no. See, I have the time to do what you do. I don't want to do what you do. I would rather watch a movie than make all of those videos and all of that stuff. Like you guys can have that world.
I loved it. You know what I just did? I ordered a t-shirt press. I'm gonna be taking over the production of all my t-shirts myself too.
Oh my God. God bless you.
Well, because I was doing these puzzles. I make the puzzles, right? And it took forever with my regular iron. So I ordered a press to do these. And I was like, well, if I'm going to order a press, I might as well do my own dang t-shirt.
Takes a lot of space. So it's HTV, the shirts?
The shirts are HTV. The puzzles are sublimation.
Okay.
And I've done other things that are sublimation as well. I just did these hats too, which were super fun. It's the You Have Died of Dysentery and Big James hat. It's great.
Now, stepping away from Kickstarter for a second, even though he has something coming up in the summer. Let's look at what Marvin and Comicsburg has coming out.
Woo!
Ooh.
Nice.
Through Diamond. Okay. So this is the July 2024 previews order catalog through Diamond. And you head on over to the Comicsburg section and you can find. You want to let everybody know there, Mark?
Sure. So the Edge trade paperback, which is going to collect issues 1 through 4. And just for fun, I decided to go ahead and throw out issue 5 again to get orders on.
Okay. So issue 5 came out before, or you're extending the order window for that?
Yes. So you'll be able to order issue 5 again when you order the trade.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Very cool, brother. All right. And this is for everyone who goes to a comic book shop in this entire nation. Check it out.
In the whole world.
Oh, that's right, the whole world. I'm so sorry.
Have your retailers put it on your pull list?
And when is final order cut off for this?
Hit the catalog button there.
Catalog button.
Up. Scroll up.
Scroll up.
Yep.
Okay.
Orders due July 18th.
Okay. July 18th. All right, so there's a little bit of time.
Yeah. Right, and I mean it's usually a 3 to 4 day window because international orders always come in late.
Gotcha. All right. Check it out, folks. All right, don't miss out on it. When are you going to launch your Kickstarter?
I'm planning near the end of August.
And that's going to collect how many, which issues?
That'll be issues 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
And then I will have the trade available in the Kickstarter, the original, the volume 1 trade too, with a new cover.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Somebody who's kicking new stuff out too right now is my homie, Mr. Calderon. You want me to play the video?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's really hard.
Yeah, if you can find the button. I mean,
How many days you do this one?
Let everybody know, man. You funded already. You got 12 days left.
Yep, we got 12 days left. This is a 200-page trade paperback. This is a series of stories called My Time with Clive, Volume 1. There will be a Volume 2. This is a total of 5 separate stories, all with one overarching story about this character, Clive, who's a Cyclops angel baby that Oswald finds in Dream, who's harassed and captured by some demons. Oswald rescues him, and then he promises to return Clive to his parents. So that's the arc. And during this period, during these stories, there are various other adventures they go on, and he spends some time with this baby. So it's basically my version of Lone Wolf and Cub, but it's Oswald with Angel Baby.
Now, am I seeing things? Did you repeat the same preview page twice?
That's possible. It's possible. I do these at 3 a.m, so it's like
Okay. I'm like, did I do something wrong? Is my computer on the fritz? What the hell's happening?
No,
okay.
No, but this is from the first issue. These are by Jade Gonzalez.
All right.
Like I said, you can see all the weird adventures he's going on. You can see this. This is a story where he's within a dream, and he's trapped in there, and he has to work his way out of it. And he's reliving some things in his life as to how things could have gone differently. And there are other forces trying to trap him in there, and there are other forces trying to get him back out. And then we have Clive, rescuing him. This is a story where he encounters a teddy bear in Dream. And, Clive wants to help the teddy bear, but, Oswald's like, no, those stories never end well. And, it's a story about growing up and what we leave behind. And this was also illustrated by Luigi Torel, a gentleman who did Rags, and he did a few other books. And I had him do this a while ago. And I mean, he did a pretty good job.
What's a while ago?
Maybe like 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this is a story illustrated by Daphne Lage, my wife. And this is another story and just another adventure. And this is one of where We have a young lady. She's in her village. They hunt down unicorns, and they have to sacrifice one annually. And it's a thing that just happens. But what happens is she discovers that there are no more unicorns, and she goes on a quest to try to find out what's happened to all the unicorns. Whereas before the land was just littered with them, and now they're just all gone. So, and then Oswald is trying to help them.
Like, I hope you paid her for the work.
So Ego Raven is a spinoff from Oswald?
No.
Oh.
No, not at all. Not at all. I actually, the reason I asked her to do the story is because I knew her affinity for horses and unicorns and stuff. And what had happened was I took her to Disney World in exchange.
So you paid her with a trip you were going to go on already.
Well, hey man, I mean, it worked.
Hey, yeah, but he bought her some ears. He probably bought her some ears. It was fine.
The hustle is the hustle. The hustle is the hustle.
It was a bit more than ears, but sure.
Yeah. I dig it. I dig it.
I mean, if you've ever been there, you know what it costs.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I probably would have fallen for that too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is My Time with Clive. This is, like I said, this is volume 1 of 2. Yeah, and it's 200 pages. It's not exactly a thin book, so there's a lot in there.
My Time with Clive.
My Time with Clive.
Somebody who's not spending time with Clive, who has minutes to go? Holy shit!
Minutes.
Why didn't you
I
tell
was like,
me
hurry
this,
up, man.
Tom? Why didn't you tell me this,
Put it
man?
up quick. Tom's just patiently waiting.
It's fine.
Yeah. Say something, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We're already way past where I expected to land.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
awesome.
fine. It's fine.
I appreciate you spending these final minutes, or some of these final minutes, with me. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Give us the lowdown, brother.
No, you can do it. Go ahead. So this is our.
You're funded. You got 100 minutes to go. 163 backers.
Correct so far.
Okay. BDI 365.
Yep. What is that, Jay?
This is not your this is your summer thing,
That's
right?
correct.
There we go.
Yeah.
The camp crossover.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. So we take all of our characters. Yeah, we take all of our characters out of their normal habitats and send them to summer camp. We do this usually once a year, sometimes a couple of times. This also celebrates some of the crazy calendar days that we've done over the years, like Goth Day, Princess Day, Alien Abduction Day. So this book celebrates National Drive-In Day, Catnip Awareness Day, and Skateboard Day, which was yesterday. So 3 calendar days celebrated within a short story about the summer camp adventures of all of the Big Dog Inc. Characters, and we've unlocked a couple of stretch goals as well. I was as surprised as you are, but we did it. So that's what we did. Nia Rufino has come over this year to do the interiors. Nice. So all the line art and the colors are all Nia Rufino, which is awesome. I haven't worked with her on interiors in a long time. So when she was up for it, I was super excited. She did a great job.
Now, is this the same camp from last year, or different location?
Well, it's the same concept, but we're in the drive-in location now. They're skateboarding to the drive-in theater for this story, and then the rest of the characters show up later once these guys get in and set up their shenanigans for the evening. So,
all right, but is the drive-in near the camp from last year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, they skateboarded there, Jay. It couldn't have been too far, right?
Well, I don't know if it's like something that's in a different location every year.
They went through a portal. It's fine. Don't worry.
The guy got money.
He got paid. They got in. Everything's fine. Yep, it's fine.
Nobody's at the drive-in, Tom.
That's because it's early, Jay. They're there early for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So
if only there was a story you could read, Jay, that would explain.
Is the story involving this young man getting accosted by all those women in the
Always.
only car in the drive?
Always,
There we
yes.
go, baby.
Yes.
There we go. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you to Jason Hare for that old school cover there. So this is just a small campaign, which is why I'm really surprised we're doing as well as we are. There's only 5 covers. That's the Narcilio Sousa primary cover with the logo.
Okay.
We have Jasmine catching air on the skateboard ramp.
Nice.
That is Aizaneto Adamar and Sanju Nivengoon. Then we have the street team. This is Joel Souza, who did some stuff for us back on the first camp crossover, and we got him to come back and do a new cover.
Very cool.
This is sold out. This is Mars Foong. This is the catnip awareness cover.
Dude, are they watching a shark movie?
They are, of course.
Man, that's how you do it. That's synergy, baby. I'm with that.
And then the last one, this is Critter's sidekick, Schoolgirl, and she's wearing a shirt that says "Vote for Critter." This is our tribute to the 20th anniversary of Napoleon Dynamite, as well as skateboard cover and all of that. So that's it. There's just those 5 covers. Then you can get some of them in foil if you like the fancy foil stuff. We have foils available. And then there's some back issues if you've missed some back. A lot of the back issues are sold out though too.
Nice.
So you'll have to really kind of dig through the add-ons to see what's available, because I looked today and a lot of the back issues and these acrylics are just about sold out. So yeah, we try and give people that missed out the first time the opportunity, but we are supremely low on a lot of these back issues.
There we go.
But like it's basically the whole idea is like sort of 80s summer camp movies like Meatballs, Ernest Goes to Camp, stuff like that. So if you like those kind of parody comedy things, you'll have fun with these things.
That's the one I got right there.
Yeah, boy.
Like a straight booty.
And then this has been selling like wildfire. Goth Day
Goth Day,
stuff. Unbelievable how many Goth Day sets we've sold. And then we've got a handful of sets left of the Princess Day 360-degree set. So if you want one of those, I think there's like 4 left of those.
I really like this. Are you the first one to do this, or
we are the first one to do this, Jay? Yes,
I like that. Yeah, dude, it works, bro. It works.
It came out great. It came out really good.
I'm loving that, man. Different buildings in every background.
Yeah, we call it the 360 set or the Matrix set. It's the same pose from 3 different angles. Brian Peterson did a great job. I think he wanted to murder me after he did it, but when it came out, he was like, "This is fucking cool." I was like, "Yeah, I knew you could do it, man. I put my faith in you. I knew you could do this." So we got a handful of those sets left.
Yeah, editing these images must have been a fucking headache, dude.
We had to pay attention to things, yeah.
Because I mean, the pumpkin, the axe.
Yep.
All right.
We've got a few left of our Alien Abduction Day book that we did last year. Not many of those left either. So that's that. And then you've got all of our social media, wherever you want to hang out with us. We're on all of the things. The book is basically done. Niai has like 1 page left. So this is gonna ship like in July or like really quickly.
How many pages total?
It's just a little short 12-page book. Okay. All by the amazing Niai Rufino. And all the variant covers are very limited too. We're only doing like 75 of them. So this is a very, very short run book. But very fun. Again, if you like the parody stuff, if you like, just kind of flashback to the 80s, that's kind of like what the Video Games Day book was about, like taking you back to the 80s a little bit, stuff like that. If you like those sort of nostalgic trips, you'll be fine. You'll be in good shape. And 94 minutes left. So technically, officially, 11:45 Eastern time, we will be done.
Way to be, everybody. I'm loving this stuff. Shit, man. I kind of feel weird that I'm not putting. I feel weird that I'm not putting out a book right now. Because the next thing that I'm doing.
Well, you took a vacation instead. You made your choice.
Yeah,
You only have yourself to blame.
Damn, shop, guys. Yeah, so I got a pin set coming out right now.
Cool.
Betsy, the Zombie of Liberty, proved to be someone that a character that people were asking about on our last book, New York versus the World. We introduced her as a mascot, and we got a couple pins coming out with her. Sign her for the pre-launch page. I really wanted to wait until I fulfilled the last book, New York versus the World #3, but there's delay after delay after delay, so I think I may launch this by next week. We're gonna have 5 pins in total, and hopefully I keep them affordable.
Are you gonna have hot sauce with these?
I'm not. I reached the point where
Lori, please help this man.
Dude,
I buy some hot sauce. I got some hot sauce for you.
Anything hotter than a banana pepper. I'm like, that's it. That's where my tolerance levels are at. And I used to.
Well, I make mild sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 2. Okay, so out of the 3 that I make, 2 are like medium hot. They're not super hot where like you cry when you eat it and then you shit fire. I like to taste my food. I don't want to die. I don't want heartburn overnight because I'm old as well. So I make those 2 are medium to medium hot, and then the green one is actually mild, and it goes on everything. It's delicious.
Yeah.
So, Lori, do you make those yourself?
I do.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Again, Tom's like, Jesus Christ, Lori.
No, I thought you were sort because I've seen other like Marvin. You had coffee, right?
Yes.
I would imagine you didn't grow. I imagine you didn't grow and grind it.
No, I didn't grow and grind it.
Funny story. I just bought some coffee plants.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
See, and Lori, this is why you don't get to watch movies. You've made your choice.
You're like, y'all get to watch movies? I'm harvesting coffee in my bedroom. But that's for me. I don't plan on distributing coffee beans or coffee grounds via my Kickstarters. Like, I just want good coffee for myself.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Lori has written something for us that we're going to be launching in about 3 weeks. So we're in July 13th. It's our 14-year anniversary. So it's the BD 14 anthology that we did last year, BD 13. Everybody was like, "You doing it again?" I'm like, "Do you want me to do it again?" I guess we'll do it again. So I tapped Lori on the shoulder. I said, "Do you want to do a thing?"
Heck yes.
Lori was like, "Yeah, I'll do a thing."
I was like, "Say less."
So Lori's writing a spin-off to our Oz series. And then we got Barry Dutter, who's an old school Marvel writer. He did Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham back in the day, among many, many other things for Marvel. And he and I have been friends on Facebook for a long time. And I just messaged him. I'm like, "Do you want to write something?" He was like, "Yeah, I'd be happy to." I was like, "What do you like to do?" He's like, "I like kind of do funny stuff." And I'm like, "I got you." So Barry Dutter's coming on as well. So it'll be the 3 of us as the writers for an all new anthology launching July 13th.
Nice. Cool. Well, guys and lady, excuse me. So used to just saying guys. This was the first show back after a long hiatus. So we're going to be wrapping this up for tonight. And I want to thank everybody who's out here.
We're not going to run for another 3 hours?
No, dude.
I have to go. It's my fault. You can blame me. They're doing fireworks in my neighborhood tonight.
Nobody's blaming you. Nobody's blaming you. But since you got a boogie, why don't you be the first one to say goodbye and tell everybody where they can find you and your stuff?
Hi, everybody. Again, I'm Lori Calcaterra. Path of the Pale Rider number 5, 1 through 5 is on Kickstarter right now. It's www.path-writer.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads. I have a YouTube channel. I'm all over the place. If you look up Path of the Pale Rider or you look up Lori Calcaterra, you will find me. My recommendation, if you want to participate in the shenanigans, is to join the Facebook group. It's a private group. All you got to do is answer one question: is do you like comic books? And you're in. And that's where we do like the polls, what would you look like in the apocalypse? We put together like music playlists. We have fun. It gets all the art updates first, all of that. So come find me there. Come hang out. You can find me on the Tuesday Morning Brew every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I interview indie creators like these gentlemen on the show, and we have a good time. I ask lots of questions. We usually have a good time, right, Tom? We have a good time
on
the brew.
Monday the brew is great. Yeah, the brew is
like
great.
on which
the Monday,
show, Lori?
The Monday show with Carissa, you don't know what you're getting on that show.
The Monday show with Carissa is just a crapshoot, and that's what
Yeah.
makes it so much fun. Is because
Yes.
you never know what you're gonna get. So.
Right.
This is true.
But I'm gonna run, you guys. I love you all. You know I would hang out in the green room. I'm usually there in the green room dishing out all the tea, but can't do it today. So I'm gonna say adios.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna think of you if anything's important.
Well, I'll stay tomorrow in the green room, and don't talk crap about me because I'm not there.
Never.
That's the first thing Jay's gonna do.
Jay's gonna be like, not Lori Calcaterra.
Never. Don't worry about it.
Just remember, no balls, just knives.
Just loving it.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Take it easy, Lori. Have a good night.
Right. Tom, you want to let everybody know where they can find you, brother?
I'm gonna let everybody know we just crossed $8,000.
Yeah. You know why?
Once again, the JD magic.
What the fuck?
There you go.
Is happening.
Yeah,
It's happening. So what I want to know is, are the two people that just pledged, are you in here right now? This is what I want to know. Are you watching and you pledged because you saw it while we were talking about it? Please say yes if you are those people, because that helps us figure out what the hell we're doing on these shows.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
Damn right.
So if you're in here,
I'm just
shout
gonna
out.
assume that's a yes. I'm gonna assume it's a yes, and maybe they signed off early. So let's just gonna say yes. We're just gonna say yes. With that. We're gonna say yes. You crossed the 8K. Way to be, brother.
And I say that because these are names that I don't know who they are. So they're theoretically new names to me. So where did you all come from?
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
But yeah, we crossed 8,000 guys. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Basically, we live on Facebook for the most part. So everything we do is kind of here and then spreads out to, Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. And we have a Patreon if you guys like to watch kind of how the soup is made. That's what we do on our Patreon. Plus Patreon, we do what's called Patreon perks. So if you are a Patreon member at any level and you back a Kickstarter, you get Patreon perks, which they have been in the past original art sketch cards. They have been special metal cards that are only for the patrons. So you do get perks if you are a patron and you're backing our campaigns. So if you're watching this and you're a backer of Camp Crossover right now, go join and you'll still qualify for your Patreon perks. So it's patreon.com/Big Dog Inc. Go join at any of the $5 or the $10 levels, and you'll get Patreon perks.
Cool.
I like it. Calderon, where can they find you, brother?
JD Calderon, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, theoswaldchronicles.com, 12talesonline.com, and Kickstarter and currently Substack as well. So there you go. I'm an old
Substack it.
Substack.
God damn. And your fellow Substacker, Marvin.
Why are you not on Substack yet? Tom, why are you not on Substack?
Fuck that. I got no time for that.
You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit.
I do a Patreon, man. That's enough for me. I don't have time for all that other stuff.
So you can find me, comicsburg.com, theedge.com. theedgecomic.com. And there's links there to all the other the fun stuff. So you can sign up for my Substack on theedgecomic.com and comicsburg.com. So whichever you pick is fine.
All right.
There you go.
All right. And I want to thank everybody else who's been hanging out with us for tonight. For those of you who are going to catch this on the restream, say what's up. You know what I mean? Let us know if you're one of the people that back Tom's campaign while watching this programo. All right. And this is where you can find me, everybody. Have a good night.
Good evening.